Hi friends, what's going on? If you're new here, my name is Jeyzan and thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'll be introducing a series of episodes called Interesting Stuff this month. Basically, I'll be talking about new stuff that I have discovered over a period of month. It can be something very serious or something life-changing, or it can be something that I've just enjoyed doing over the period of that month. But of course, without deviating from the core value of this channel, which is to provide value and share knowledge. And again, of course, build this amazing community of people who make contribution on this channel by either appearing on the channel or just engage in a worthy conversation in the comment section below. So of course, make sure you comment in this video so that I can be able to see what you guys think, or even give advice on the types of content that I'll be uploading on this channel. And so without further ado, let's dive into the first ever episode of Interesting Stuff this month. On this very first episode, I'll be talking about a podcast, a new feature on Facebook, an app, and a physical product. So let's look at them one by one. And the podcast that I have discovered this month is called Alternative CV. It talks about how you can make a living of something that you're passionate about, such that work does not feel like you're working. And of course, it goes ahead to talk about how do you grow something in your spare time. And he goes ahead and speak to different people in different industries who tried something different, accepted the risk, and of course, traveled a different path and grew something amazing in their respective industry. And so, what are the lessons that I have learned from this podcast? And the first lesson I have learned from this podcast is to love the process and not a goal. For example, when it comes to indulging in interests such as technology or even different industry, it's good to love the process of learning than just achieving some level of mastery. Because sometimes when you master some skills, the process of learning might not be as interesting or as fulfilling as we may think. The second lesson I have learned from this podcast is to keep your side hobbies accountable. For example, when you're learning a new skill or just indulging yourself in a new interest or a new hobby, you ensure you have a side project to work on. This will help you stick to your project and also take your learning process out of abstract. For example, if you're learning how to code, you ensure you build your own personal website or just somebody's website. If you're learning how to edit a video, just like I did, I went on Skillshare. Skillshare is actually a learning platform where there are experts who teach different skill, videography, photography, and so on. I just shot some random videos on my phone and then I started editing as I learned the process of video editing and so on and so forth. So if you are learning a new skill, ensure you have a project to work on so that the project, actually your new skill, get to stick and your learning process will be out of abstract. This will act as a motivation factor, and of course you will be on top of your learning. And the third lesson I picked from this podcast is there's a place for everyone in every industry. For example, although general professionals such as doctors and lawyers do not have the technical know-how to build their own technologies themselves, they play a very major role because they understand the problem that exists in that industry. And so they work closely with other disciplines such as tech developers to bring certain technology to the market to solve the problem that exists in that industry. For example, I am from a medical background, but I closely work with developers to ensure that certain solutions are brought to the market. So this is where now there are interdisciplinary correlation to bring solution to problems that humanity is facing. Who is the new kid on the Facebook blog? Facebook actually launched a new feature on their platform called Facebook Shops in a couple of days ago. The basic idea is that Facebook is trying to help small businesses or individuals to start selling on their platform as an e-commerce platform, not as a social platform as before. And what happened is you're going to actually sell across all the Facebook-owned platforms such as Instagram, WhatsApp, Messenger, which does not have. Some of these features are not rolled out in Messenger and WhatsApp, but in the days to come, definitely it's going to be rolled out. And the Facebook, in the light of COVID-19, is trying to find avenues to help small businesses to be back on their feet and of course make money for themselves as well. They are really closely working with BigCommerce and WooCommerce. And so it is very, very important initially when you want to buy stuff on Facebook, you must up switch to a very slow web mobile browser. But now you can be able to do transaction right there and then on this platform. So it helps first avoid customers from up switching, which makes it very difficult. Sometimes the browser is very slow. Sometimes the browser that you are transferred to is not actually secure. And so it helps security wise, and it can also help in terms of remaining there and doing the transaction there. And then as for the sellers, of course, they are going to get a ton of conversions on their listing, because if you're going to actually conduct all the transaction right there and then it's easy for Facebook, people on Facebook, to actually buy the product. So small businesses can be able to grow immensely through this. The most interesting aspect of this is that Facebook is allowing small businesses to actually use their artificial intelligence services and their augmented reality, basically. And so if you're actually going to have your stories or your feed, then that feed or story, for example, if you're selling men or women clothes, your attire directly target a man and a woman. So that's what artificial intelligence is doing, and small business getting access to this is a huge bonus for them. Talk about the augmented reality, which has generally created a very better shopping experience for customers, because you will get to automatically identify and tag product in the feeds. Because in recent years, you must understand, people normally don't buy the product, they buy the stories. A good example is the plastic bracelet. Rather, what happened is the idea behind that company is we create a plastic bracelets, and those plastics actually come from the plastic waste that's actually collected from the ocean, and so certain percentage of that profit goes to conservation of ocean. So that kind of story really resonates well with other people, and so people get to buy products because of their stories. And so because primarily Facebook is a social platform, you get to see the stories of people and feedback and all that. So by having small businesses sharing their stories on Facebook, then people will definitely going to resonate it with it, and then make sure you're going to buy by just one click, and it will take you to the product feature, and you're there, and then check out. So ton of conversation for sellers. Getting to understand and putting out their stories there is very important in making the buyers actually convert into a real buyers. And so it's very important. The augmented reality part of Facebook is whereby you get to try virtually stuff before even you buy a product. For example, you try to buy blue blockers, that is the glasses for blocking the blue light from entering your eyes, which is very important. And so you're going to try, even before you purchase that product, using a virtual reality called augmented reality that Facebook is allowing small businesses to access. And so you're going to see how that blue blockers look on you. Talk about the lipstick or the lip gloss. A lady wants to buy a lip gloss, and so she actually used a virtual reality on Facebook to actually see how does it look on her, that lip gloss or the lipstick. Or you want to buy a home decor, that is a mirror or furniture in your house, you get to see how the furniture looks in your house. So which is very interesting. Small businesses will grow through this, and I'm very excited. And of course, you go have a look at that Facebook feature. You might be among the first users of that feature, and definitely I'll keep you guys posted about that in the coming days. And so yeah, that's a new kid on the Facebook block. And the new app I have discovered this month is called Instaread. Instaread is an app that provides summaries for non-fiction books in terms of text, audio format, and also synopsis of the book within actually 15 minutes. In such a harsh environment of COVID-19, quarantine, stress, every little help will go a very long way, and book summaries can give you inspiration and motivation to endure when you lack energy to actually take on your responsibilities and you lack persistence. And so Instaread actually has 700 plus book titles. Their goal is to actually provide a high quality summarized book only for top niches and top categories. It is interesting to gain main insight of the book before even you purchase it on Kindle, or even buy a physical product or a physical book, or even deep dive into the book. So sometimes you buy a book and then you realize this is not what you are looking for from inside. And so even if like somebody like me who actually takes ages to finish a book, so to massage my ego, I actually rush to Instaread to actually see the main insight and then off to the next one. It's very helpful. Another way Instaread has helped is actually when you want just to reread your favorite book, or you just want to remind yourself of the key insight of the books that you have read in previous times. You can go to Instaread and then just pop out your favorite book and then get to rewind and you remind yourself. So I will leave in the description below the link to download. The Instaread is actually, you can get access to 700 plus book titles, which are all non-fictions, and then you can be able to have a free trial. It actually has 7-day free trial, which is you can see, and if it makes you happy, then you can continue to use a premium service for them. So Instaread has been amazing for me, and in this quarantine time, I get to visit many books and read them. And so yeah, have a look at it. And the physical product I got this month is DSLR camera, Canon 250D. And the main reason I got this camera was first to actually put a quality video for you guys on this channel, but above all just to create memories and capture some important moments with families and friends around here, so that many years to come I will look back and say, you know what, that is how I look like, or that is how I think about stuff 20 years, 30 years down the line. And also, you know, I'm going to show this footage if God grant me long life to my grandchildren and tell them, you know what, this is how your grandpa behaved when he was your age, and so on and so forth. And of course, I'm going to have a cheeky photo shoot around my neighborhood. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so you can be able to see those cheeky photo shoots on my Instagram. So ensure you like this video, comment and subscribe on the channel as well, so that I can be able to put amazing quality content for you guys on this channel. And so thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your support, and we'll see you in the next video.